no? Or increased abdominal girth, no? Ano ba ang waistline nyo, no? So if you are overweight, more so if you're obese, then that itself is already a sign that you might be having pre-diabetes. Pinag-uusapan natin dito, pre-diabetes pa lang. Hindi pa yung outright diabetes. And then of course, yun, isa pa. Kasi anong tendency pagka overweight, pagka obese, sedentary lifestyle, ayaw mo na gumalaw eh. Kasi nahihirapan ka kumilos. So, the more you add the problem, di ba? And then, sa mga kababaihan, especially in reproductive age group ng babae, no? Nagkakaroon ng hormonal imbalance leading to what we call PCOS, PCOS. Very, very common. In fact, personally, I now consider it, PCOS is now, I now consider it as the #1 cause of infertility. And then, of course, history of gestational diabetes. Nabuntis ka during your pregnancy, you develop diabetes, no? Or mataas yung blood sugar level mo. That's what we call gestational. Gestational means pregnant, no? State, no? So you develop the high blood sugar level, no, for the first time, no, when you were pregnant. Ano nangyayari? Nadadala na rin even after you deliver your baby. And then consequently also that includes high blood pressure, no, including abnormal levels of your cholesterol or triglycerides. Diba? So, makikita natin, nakakatakot pala. Nakakatakot talaga. And we need to make sure that we are able to address these issues. Okay? Now, so much for hypertension. So much for prediabetes. We now go to hypertension 1, high blood pressure. Okay? Ano nangyayari? No? Hypertension, sabi nga dyan sa ilalim, can exist without any noticeable symptoms for years. So again, it may be asymptomatic. By the time you develop any of these symptoms, chances are medyo nakalala na. No? Lumala na yung problema. By the time, hindi yan, ngayon lang nangyari, ngayon na siguro ako tumataas yung blood pressure. Because sabi nga dyan sa ilalim, quietly it can start damaging the heart, the kidneys, and the brain. So it might be asymptomatic, wala kang naramdaman. But that doesn't mean na hindi ka na nagsisimula magkaroon ng pagtaas ng blood pressure. So what usually are the symptoms that you are now labeled as hypertensive? One is, of course, headache, especially in the morning. At times pa, when you wake up, no, galing ka sa tulog, isipin mo, dapat nakapagpahinga ako ng maayos. But there are times, di ba, na pagkagising mo, parang mabigat yung ulo mo, masakit yung ulo mo, parang hindi ka nakatulog, parang kang pagod. So these are already signs. Dizziness or lightheadedness. Of course, no, there could be other reasons, but another thing that has to be considered is the possibility of hypertension. Lalo na kung blurred vision. Medyo, lumalabo na yung paningin mo. Basta din, bakit ganun? No? So this could be an outright hypertensive case, no? Shortness of breath, nahirapan ko ng huminga. Chest pain or pressure. Angina, no? Chest pain. Of course, relatable to cardiovascular, heart problems. But why are you having this problem? It's because isa nating dapat isipin, naku, baka yung blood pressure ko tumataas. So it's imperative for us to make sure that we are able to monitor our blood pressure. Sabi ko nga, when I give talks in other organizations, no, sabi ko, okay, there's nothing wrong even if you check your blood pressure, even 10 times a day for sure, hindi pare-pareho yon. Kasi depende kung ano yung estado mo. Napagod ka ba? Galit na galit ka ba? Marami ka bang iniisip, problema? So chances, wala naman nawawala sa'yo, especially if you know how to do it. If somebody can do it for you, may kaibigan ka marunong kumuha ng blood pressure. It's not enough. Doc, hapon, nagpakuha ko blood pressure, ganito yung blood pressure ko, 130/90 or 110/70. No? That doesn't make sense anymore. No, kahit na nga paulit-ulit mong kunin, chances are mag-iiba yun. Now, if the deviations, kung yung pagbabago, hindi masyadong hindi nagbabago, ibig sabihin, doesn't change that significantly. No? 110/80, minsan 120/70, okay lang yun kung laging ganon. Pero pagka umaabot na yun ng 140/90, in fact, yung bagong tawag dito, statistics at saka yung panuntunan, guideline on labeling a person with hypertension is what? Sabi nila 130/80. Kaya yung iba naman sinasabi, kaya lang nila sinasabi yung 130/80 para bumili na kayo ng uminom at bumili na kayo ng mga antihypertensive medicines. No? So, para bang ang isip na ay dininegosyo yan. On the other hand, naman, kaya naman pwedeng mangyari yon is binibigyan na tayo ng warning na sa ganung level pa lang, mabigyan na natin ng kaukulang atensyon para hindi na lumala yung ating problema sa blood pressure. Nosebleed, occasional, not always linked, of course, kasi yung epistaxis ang tawag niya sa nose bleeding. No? Minsan pag during summer, nasa labas ka, puputok yung mga maliliit na blood vessels sa ating ilong. So nagbi-bleed. No? That is possible. But again, another thing that can be considered is possibility of high blood pressure. Palpitations, irregular heartbeat. Wow, palala na ng palala yan. No? Sabi natin, pag may shortness of breath, pag may chest pain or pressure, pag may palpitation or irregular heartbeat, for sure, hindi yan ngayon lang. No? Nagdi-develop na unti-unti. Probably, mga ilang taon na nangyayari. Except that kasi, hindi napapansin, walang nararamdamang ganito. At the same time, napabayaan na rin in a way. Kasi hindi na na-remedyohan much earlier. And then fatigue or confusion. Palala ng palala, no? So, hindi pwedeng maging batayan lang yung doc. Wala naman sumasakit sa bato ko eh. Hindi naman ako nahihilo eh. Because these are the more common symptoms. So, itong lahat na linagay natin dito, no, will point to a possibility of hypertension or high blood pressure. Ringing in the ears, yung tinnitus. Of course, hindi lang yun ang konsiderasyon, no? Of course, marami pang, baka merong inner ear problem, no? Labyrinthine apparatus doon sa loob ng tenga natin, could be something to that effect, no? And then, of course, the tendency for us to be anxious. Restless tayo. Bakit kaya? No? Sometimes nag-iisip tayo, baka mamaya tumaas yung blood pressure, baka atakihin ako. Diba? Usually, ganun ang first impulse eh. So, the best thing to do is to have, no, to be conscious about your blood pressure. No? Well, kung merong paraan na makukuha na ka ng presyon on a daily basis, not just once, even several times. Kung lalong-lalo na kung wala ka namang babayaran, no, meron kang then make sure that you get it. Para na sa ganun, alam niyo kung kailan, eto na yata, papunta na ako doon. Ano kayang pwede nang gawin para sa ganun, hindi na lumala. Okay? So, now, symptoms of prediabetes naman. Nakalagay dyan sa ilalim. Most people with prediabetes have no symptoms. Asymptomatic, just like hypertension. Mas lalo sa diabetes. Wala kasi mararamdaman at least hypertension. No? Yun nga, is sakit ng batok, nahihilo ka, and all those things that we mentioned. Pero sa prediabetes, even in outright diabetes, no? Kahit na tumataas yung blood pressure natin, hindi naman natin, wala naman tayong mararamdaman. That is why regular blood sugar testing is very crucial. Kung dapat tayo nagpapa-check up ng ating tinatawag na blood pressure, ganun din dapat sa diabetes. You should have your own glucometer so that at any time that you want to take it, even if it's done on a daily basis, at least kampante ka na hindi tumataas. No? Lalo na kung, ay naku, galing ako sa party kagabi, hapon, dami kong kinaing matatamis, dami kasing desserts, ganyan. And then, the following morning, no, kumuha ka ng FBS. No? And then you found out, uy, ang taas pala. No? So, it could already be telling you something's wrong. No? And definitely, itong mga nandito simptomas, meron kasi tinatawag na 3 P's, letter P, sa diabetes. And siguro, mabuti na lang sabihin, pati na rin sa pre-diabetes. 3 P's. Polydipsia, no? Increased thirst. Polyphagia, increased appetite. Parang hindi ka nabubusog. Gusto mo kumain ng kumain. And polyuria. No? Yan yung 3 P. Ihi ka ng ihi. No? Sabihin naman iba, pilosopo. Ito kasi inom ako ng inom, dahil uhaw ako ng uhaw eh. So naturally, ihi ako ng ihi. That's true, that makes sense. Pero pag yung tatlong yun, magkakasama, the 3 P's, polydipsia, polyphagia, and polyuria, chances are, meron ka talagang diabetes. Ganun din, blurred vision, gaya din sa hypertension. Lalo pa yung alam ng lahat, slow healing of wounds or infections, lalo na sa bandang lower extremities sa paa. That might necessitate, di ba? Yung pagputol, yung tinatawag na above knee amputation or below knee amputation, BKA or AKA. Di ba? Nakakatakot. Bakit ginagawa yun? Simply to avoid further damage to the body, especially if an infectious process is at hand. No? Otherwise, if we develop sepsis, yung fulminant, yung sobrang infection sa buong katawan, that can kill a person. So, which one would you prefer? Mamatay ka because of unabated, hindi na nagawa ng remedyo, yung sepsis, yung fulminant infection, or putulin na lang yung paa mo. Diba? So, iyan ang posibleng mangyari. Again, meron ding nerve damage, no? Perhaps, no? You could possibly label it as diabetic neuropathy. Nerves, tingling or numbness in your hands, your feet, no? Then, of course, yung sabi nga natin, polyphagia, increased hunger. Polydipsia, increased thirst, frequent urination. Polyuria, yung 3 P's yun. Okay? Then darkened skin patches, especially on the neck area, armpits, yun ang tinatawag na acanthosis nigricans. And unexplained weight changes. Hindi ka naman nag-dieta, no? Dating obese ka, bigla ka na lang naging underweight. Wow, something's wrong with your metabolism. And that could possibly point to a pre-diabetes or diabetes. Irritability and mood swings also can definitely happen. No? Yan yung mga experience mo. Now, these are common lifestyle mistakes which can cause both pre-diabetes and hypertension. Too much sugar. No? Ang dami natin nakakain na sugary foods. No? Excuse me. Parang umaano na yung aking dali lang. I'm trying to charge mine. Now, dito, you can see it. Your cells stop responding to insulin. So, meron ng insulin resistance. So, what happens? So, your sugar stays in your blood. Kaya nga, yung blood sugar natin, tumataas. Diba? Because what should happen, yan yung tinatawag na insulin resistance. Instead of the cells, instead of the sugar going to the cells para magamit ng cells as a source of energy, naturally bababa yung blood sugar natin. Eh hindi, sa insulin resistance, what happens? The sugar stays in the cells. So, naturally, what happens? Sorry. The sugar stays in the blood instead of going to the cells. So, yung blood sugar natin tumataas. Because what should normally happen is that the sugar that gets inside our bodies should go to our cells. And our cells, in turn, will use the sugar as a means of energy. Now, same thing that happens in the blood pressure. No? Tumataas yung pressure natin simply because nagkakagulo na sa loob ng katawan natin. Kaya you consider your body's engine gets jammed. Naghalo-halo na no? Because sabi ko nga kanina in the beginning, yung ating hypertension and yung diabetes, ika nga magpinsan. So the moment one is affected and is not being controlled adequately, what happens? Yung isa sumusunod na. So nagugulo na yung ating katawan. Now, what can we do in order to turn this around naturally? Diba? Ano pwede natin gawin? Okay? Of course, ano ba yung real food? No? Yung mga pagkain na usually these are plant-based foods. No, less of meat, more of veggies, more of plant-based sources of food. And forget the sedentary lifestyle. We need to move. May physical activities because the physical activities will be able to help our metabolic process. Pag nag-increase ang metabolic process natin, yun tinatawag na catabolism, the breakdown. Ibe-break down yung mga substances na pumapasok sa katawan natin through our food by being utilized as a source of energy. And the number one source of energy is, of course, sugar. Okay? After sugar, what would be the best source? What would be the next source of energy is fats. Okay? So, if we engage in regular, daily physical activity like brisk walking, if you can exercise, of course, you exercise. Malaki ang nagagawa, tulong sa ating katawan. Okay? Food is your first medicine. Di ba, meron nga tayo, Hippocrates, the father of medicine. Let thy food be thy medicine and let thy medicine be thy food. So doon pa lang. Kaya nga nauso na lang yung gamot kasi mali yung kinakain natin. So we're not able to resolve our problems, our medical conditions, our medical issues and concerns. So we need to. So how do we try to figure out what should be done in the first place? Avoid white carbs. Lahat ng puti, sabi nga, bawal. White rice, white bread, pasta. Switch to other forms of rice if you can. If you can avoid it, then better avoid it. Meron tayo tinatawag na adlay, tayo quinoa. Of course, these are more expensive forms of rice. Pero these are good substitutes for the white rice. Now, sabi nga natin, there is no nutritional value sa kanin, sa rice. Nakasanayan na lang natin. But if we try to think about it, wala namang nutritional value in rice. So we can do away with it. Again, in the beginning, it might be very difficult. You can do it gradually. Unti-unti, dati, 3 cups of rice mo, gawin mo lang 2. Eventually, after a few days, gawin mo lang 1. Eventually, gawin mo lang kalahati. Until such time na, you can eat without the need for taking rice. Diba? The body can adjust. It's just a matter of trying it out. Of course, it will always be difficult to do it in the first place. But eventually, no, especially when you're trying to discipline yourself, the chances are magiging maganda. And mangyayari at makakapag-adjust tayo. And then of course, no, veggies, sabi nga natin, add leafy greens to every meal, especially because they are high in magnesium and potassium. So yung mga minerals na kailangan ng katawan natin. Snack on fibers. Ang hilig natin sa chicheria. Pero this time, if you try to take snacks, no, make sure that you're eating the right sources for your snacks, like apples. Sabi nga dyan, carrots, cucumbers. No, hindi yung mga chicheria natin na sanay tayong binipili. No? Because all of this chicheria is not good to the body. Wala naman siyang nutritional value. In fact, instead of providing us the necessary building blocks of the body, no, it's the other way around. No, yan, sabi pa nga, no, advice, add 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar before meals to lower your sugar spikes, no, yung levels. Hindi masarap, pero kung if you are determined to really take it, then chances are you will be able. It's just a matter of adjustment. Eat more slowly. May nakakita ako, matagal ng panahon, sabi sa isang article, before you swallow your food, any types of food, when you eat, try to chew them 30, in fact, Donna, if I remember correctly, 35 times before you swallow them. Remember that digestion starts in the mouth. Meron tayong tinatawag na ptyalin. No? Ito yung enzyme. It's part of the digestive enzyme. So the process of chewing already starts the digestion system. Ang nangyayari, ilang nguya lang natin, linulok natin kaagad-agad. Yung iba nga, halos ayaw nang nguyain yung pagkain, sasabayan ng tubig, tapos sabay lunok. This is bad. Okay? So the best thing to do, you eat slowly, chew your food very well, about 30 times. You don't need to count them until you reach 30. Pero more or less, it's giving us the idea that we should chew our food, no, longer, no, para na sa ganon, no, it will be digested better kasi the digestion already starts in the mouth. Okay. Walk your way to healing. Kaya nga walking, no, ito Japanese study. Kami ng wife ko, we do walking, brisk walking after dinner. On the average, 30 minutes a day. Okay? Aside from that, we go to the gym 3 times a week. Okay? So, pwede natin sabihin, we are able to comply with our physical activity needs. No? Ang Japanese study, sabi nga dito, 30 minutes a day, but broken into 5-minute intervals from slow to brisk walking. No? Pagka inisip mo yun, parang here, kailan talaga may timer ka pa. No? Dapat medyo mabagal ka muna bago brisk walking. No, the best description of brisk walking is that, sabi nga, no, when you do brisk walking, isipin mo na yung paglalakad mo medyo mabilis kasi gusto mong pumunta sa CR. Either naiihing-ihi ka na or nadudumi ka. That is brisk walking. Hindi ka tumatakbo, pero mabilis yung pacing mo sa paglakad. Okay? And 30 minutes is the minimum. But if you only do this walking, you have to do it on a daily basis because this is a passive way of exercise. Passive way of doing a physical activity. So nakita nila that this significantly lowers your blood sugar and blood pressure. So parehong nakikinabang. It's not only your sugar that is utilized by your cells when you do a lot of physical activities, but also helps in lowering your blood pressure. Now, it also says here, works even in older adults and sedentary individuals, meaning those who do not engage in any physical activity. So, pinakamadali, walking. Ako, I always say, dancing is a very pleasurable exercise. Hindi mo napapansin, masaya ka, gusto mo yung ginagawa mo, pero gumagalaw yung buong katawan mo. So it's very pleasurable, di ba? So you can always find something that will allow you to comply with the daily habit of physical activities. It also helps in digestion. No, it improves your insulin sensitivity. So again, it will definitely lower your blood sugar. It also is a form of de-stress, no? Trying to remove or at least minimize, no, your stress. And definitely it will also not only on the sugar level, but it will also provide, no, burning of your fats. Ando doon na lahat. So how do we do it naturally? Aside from physical activity, aside from proper nutrition, that is where we have the natural power of our product, berberine. Di ba? Sabi nga, it lowers the blood pressure naturally. So my advice, personal advice, is that if a patient has already been labeled as pre-diabetes or outright diabetic na, no? Naturally, chances are when you go to your endocrinologist or you go to your internist, ano yung ibibigay nila? Siyempre, yung mga para pagpababa ng blood sugar. Okay? And the most common, most popular is always metformin. You don't need to stop it, no? Pero you can always combine it with our preparation, berberine. Because sabi nga dyan sa ilalim, it works like metformin without the corresponding side effects. Kasi siyempre, again, when we talk of the conventional synthetic medicines, siyempre may kalakip yan na side effects because of the chemicals that go with it. So kailangan i-counteract natin with what could possibly help also in trying to reduce your blood sugar. No? And that is through berberine. Mas mapapadali, mas malakas ang magiging epekto when you combine it. And at the end of the day, the goal is really to eventually eliminate the intake of these synthetic medicines. Gradual din. Kasi pag nasanay na yung katawan natin, then chances are that will happen. Now, aside from the blood sugar control, nakikita din natin na meron pa ring support yung sa ating blood pressure. No? So, tutulong din para magpababa. So again, if the person or if the patient is taking some antihypertensive medications, what are the more commonly taken? Is amlodipine and what? Losartan. I'm not saying you have to stop them, but the point is you can combine it with berberine so that it will allow a more significant lowering of your blood pressure. At the same time, it will definitely aid in weight loss. So together with your regular physical activity, no, the effect when you take berberine is tutulong din siya. If your weight is bordering on the overweight and obese side, kahit pa paano unti-unti makakatulong. So it's a combination of all these factors that would really result to a better control of your blood pressure and your blood sugar. Now, let me just inform you again. Pinag-usapan na natin to, no? Before, no? A natural reset for glucose, fat, and energy metabolism. It's a multi-pathway for cellular regulation. So how does berberine work? it increases insulin production and sensitivity. So it will enhance the your blood sugar to go to the what? To the cells in order for this blood sugar to be utilized by the cells themselves as a source of energy. So hindi siya mag-stay sa bloodstream. Because if it stays in the bloodstream, when you get your blood sugar level, it's naturally mataas. Bababa siya pagka naitulak natin yung asukal papunta sa ating mga cells para magamit ng cells natin as a source of energy. Kaya nga, insulin sensitivity. Now, what else? Kaya nga na-mention natin, it will help in weight management. Meron tinatawag tayong fat formation or lipogenesis, the formation of fats. It will reduce, ang effect ng berberine, it will reduce lipogenesis or fat formation. So naturally, that will lead to weight loss, significant weight loss. At the same time, binababa niya or piniprevent niya, ini-inhibit niya yung fat formation. At the same time, it enhances fat burning, lipolysis naman. So sinusunog niya yung taba, no? Dinidissolve niya yung taba, no? Parang na sa ganun, no, mabawasan. Hindi naman natin agad sinasabi na mawawala. Pero as we go along with taking our berberine, chances are, posible na ma-burn natin yung taba natin. No? En toto. That will only be possible if we are also conscious of the types of food that we eat. Less of fats, if not totally eliminated from our daily diet. And then, that, kasi nag-lipolysis na, increase ang lipolysis, so yung mabiburn yung fat natin, no? Decrease natin, reduce natin yung formation of fat. So, naturally, it will, what? Have an effect on fatty liver buildup. Sa statistics ngayon, worldwide, no, about 70% to almost 80% of the general population is suffering from some form of fatty liver. Katakataka pa ba yun? Sa akin, personally, hindi. Again, sino may kasalanan? Pagkain pa rin. Because we cannot help but eat a lot of fatty foods. So instead of helping our liver, lalo lang nilalagay natin sa hindi magandang sitwasyon yung ating liver. So hindi yan nakukuha because there is what we call non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Which means, Dok, sabihin ng pasyente, hindi naman ako umiinom eh. No? Lalo na sa babae. Dok, hindi naman kami umiinom. Bakit may fatty liver din kami? Because a lot of times, fatty liver is associated with alcohol intake. Kaya nga meron na rin non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. At naturally, meron din tinatawag na alcoholic fatty liver disease. This is brought about by excessive alcohol intake. And then, we are able to also balance the gut microbiome na tinatawag. Yung environment ng ating tiyan, ng ating gastrointestinal tract, specifically the stomach. Diyan yung pumapasok yung sinasabi nating beneficial and good bacteria vis-a-vis or against the bad bacteria. Sabi ko noon, di ba, 85% should be the good and beneficial bacteria and only 15% of the bad bacteria should be present. But what happens? Minsan na 50-15 na sila because of the types of food that we usually eat. Okay? Okay, so blood sugar and insulin support, so yun lang, it's just a reiteration of what we've been talking about, no? Clinical studies show results comparable to metformin the natural way. So it improves insulin sensitivity in the liver, muscle, and fat, thereby providing the proper regulation for our blood sugar and will definitely support part of the problem in PCOS management. Okay? Then weight and lipid regulation, yun pa rin, no? So, lipid, meaning yung fats natin, yung sa liver profile natin. yung ating cholesterol, triglycerides. Sometimes mababa or normal yung cholesterol pero mataas yung triglycerides, no? Sometimes pareho silang mataas, including the bad cholesterol, the LDL. So berberine will help reduce the level of our triglycerides and LDL cholesterol by promoting, no, the burning of fat, yung tinatawag na fat oxidation, and thereby prevent the possibility of getting into fatty liver. As a consequence, this will definitely lead to better status of the heart, cardiovascular. Kasi pagka nabawasan na yung ating taba, yung lapot ng dugo, nabawasan na. I don't use the word lumabnaw because hindi rin tama na lumabnaw yung dugo because that might eventually lead to bleeding. Yung mabawasan yung lapot is the better term. Para na sa ganun, no, hindi ma-burden, hindi mahirapan yung pagtibok ng puso. Bakit ba lumalaki yung puso? Bakit ba may enlargement of the heart? Bakit ba may cardiomegaly? It's because the heart is a muscular organ that pumps blood continuously. Kung ang ipapump niyan dugo ay malapot, naturally, mas mahihirapan siya. So the tendency of the heart is bibilis yung tibok at magiging mas malakas. Eventually, what will happen? Lalaki yung puso. No? Pag lumaki yung puso at hindi pa rin mapigil, it will get into an end stage, which is what we call heart failure. Congestive heart failure, CSF. No? Kung saan, papagod na yung puso until eventually, it will stop beating, no? Pumping. So, patay yung pasyente. Berberine helps the body store less fat and use more energy. As I've said earlier, both sugar and fats are sources of energy. Cardiovascular, naturally, protecting the heart and the blood vessels. Reduces arterial inflammation. No, anti-inflammatory effect. Because everything starts from an inflammatory reaction. Until such time na hindi naman nare-remedyohan yung inflammation, what happens? It becomes a disease entity. No? So, what does this berberine provide us? It prevents the bad cholesterol oxidation, which would lead to plaque formation. Pag hindi natin napigil yung bad cholesterol LDL sa pag-form, lumapot na lumapot yung dugo natin, no? This will now be what we call yung plaque formation, yung cholesterol deposits na dumidikit dun sa lining ng ating mga ugat, making the blood vessels narrower. So if it's narrower, mas kukunti yung dugo na nagfo-flow. Bakit ba natin paulit-ulit na pinag-uusapan yung dugo, yung blood flow? It's because part of the blood, which is the red blood cells and hemoglobin, are the ones carrying oxygen to all the 70 trillions of cells in the body. Without oxygen, the cells will die. So, kailangan continuous ang delivery. No? Ngayon, pag lumalapot, kumikipot yung dadaanan, naturally bumabagal yung takbo ng dugo. Pag bumagal yung takbo ng dugo, babagal din yung delivery ng oxygen. No? So, mahihirapan yung ibang cells. And the other cells might get to a state where there is already oxygen deprivation. Wala na halos pumupunta. So what will happen? Cellular death. And when there are a lot of deaths of the cells, this will definitely affect the corresponding tissues. No? And then, dumami na yung tissues na affected, this will definitely lead to specific organ failure. And then, of course, yung katawan natin. No? So, unti-unti yan. No? It's a developing process of disease progression. Okay? So the berberine will help provide a much younger, stronger cardiovascular system if we are able to enhance, no, yung tinatawag nating endothelial or blood vessel, the lining of the blood vessel, and make it more healthy. Another one is, of course, meron tayong tinatawag na gut-brain axis, di ba? Kaya nga sabi niya, no, a healthy gut will definitely equal a stable metabolism and, of course, provide an emotional balance. So berberine improves gut microbiome and diversity. Okay? Kasi yung microbiome is a diverse environment of different microorganisms, no? Hindi lang bacteria, of course, other microorganisms that live in existence. No, meron silang symbiotic relationship. Huwag lang outnumber, like specifically bad bacteria. Pag na-outnumber na niya yung good beneficial bacteria, then it can definitely lead to different digestive problems. Inhibits harmful bacteria linked to obesity. Okay? Kaya nga, binibigyan natin emphasis yung weight loss. Enhances nutrient and absorption and mood balance. Okay? So, importante yan. So, sabi nga nung isang natin, I hope she doesn't mind, si Miss Kat Arceo. No, she has always battled the blood sugar. No? Although it's 110 to 120, medyo maganda pa rin. Pero nagulat siya when her blood sugar level dropped to 99 after just 2 weeks of taking nanocell berberine. No change in diet, no added routine. So you can just imagine, if you are careful in the types of food that you eat, tapos meron pa kayong daily, regular physical activity, chances are mas malaki pa the possibility of lowering your blood sugar. But that's not all. I also did a full blood work, and the results blew me away. Cholesterol dropped from 5.42 to 5.07, 5.05. Triglycerides lowered from 1.49 to 1.20. LDL decreased from 3.36 to 3.22. So yun sinasabi natin. Kaya berberine is very good not only in the sugar control, but also it helps in the lipid metabolism. Yung fat lowering of the cholesterol, lipids, and tawag doon. All of this happened in just 2 weeks, naturally and effortlessly. Can't wait to see what happens after 3 months. Try it and thank me later. No BS. Okay? So, this is just an example na napakalaking bagay, no, when you take the holistic approach. That's the key. No? Now, we have our, what we call the 3-step reset plan. How do you start reversing your prediabetes and high blood pressure, hypertension? Ang totoo niyan, when we talk of the logical approach to making an impact or a significant reversal, or hindi na reversal, a significant improvement, no, in our blood pressure and blood sugar, it should always start with what? A cleansing procedure, no? And that is provided by using our new cleanse, diba? In as a sachet. One sachet, dissolve it in water, take it daily, no, for about 10 days to 2 weeks perhaps. Para lang magkaroon ng detox effect. Importante yung detoxification. Nababawasan yung mga toxins ng katawan natin. No? Especially the heavy metals, heavy metal toxins. Lead, cadmium, arsenic, mercury. No? Yan yung mga dapat natatanggal sa katawan natin. Because pumapasok sila sa atin without even us knowing na, nandun na pa sila. pala sila. So kahit paano gawin natin, hindi naman sila basta-basta matatanggal. So we need to detoxify. Step 2 is to regulate with berberine. And in so doing, again, haba ng pinag-usapan natin about berberine. And then, as soon as we are able to do that, then the step 3 would be to restore everything to almost normal levels. And that is by taking our Ultima Stem Plus. So yan yung 3-step reset plan natin. No? Now, of course, the topic, kasi lagi natin, no, our premium products, berberine and Ultima Stem Plus. Pero we don't have enough time to talk about. No? I've talked about Ultima Stem Plus before. No? It's a stem cell activator. We are just being honest. No? Na ina-activate niya yung ating stem cells. Because we have our own stem cells. It's just a matter of gisingin natin sila. Or buhayin pa natin sila. Or pakinabangan natin sila ng maayos. And the Ultima Stem Cell, aside from being a very powerful, potent stem cell activator, it also addresses yung tinatawag natin 9 hallmarks of aging. Diba? Bakit ba tayo tumatanda? It's because of all these hallmarks of aging. So if you're able to provide the necessary good effects of Ultima Stem Cell, that definitely it will boost our energy. It will provide a complete recovery and repair of the entire body. Okay, so why this combo works? Because on one end, berberine is expected to balance our metabolism. Ba, sabi nga natin, yung energy utilization, reduction of oxidative stress, diba? On the other hand, if we have the Ultima Stem Plus, it will repair naman and renew our body at the cellular level. Kasi everything starts from the cellular level. Kaya nga, meron tayong tinatawag, di ba? Cellular health, cellular nutrition. If we are able to take good care of the cells, of our cells, then it will have a domino effect. No, it will provide a good status in our tissues, and definitely that will lead to a better organ status. No, so maganda na yung organs natin. So what do we expect? The entire body becomes very healthy. The entire body becomes healthy enough to withstand the rigors of stress, the possibility of developing a lot of different medical conditions. Okay, so together these two will not only manage the symptoms, but they will start to rebuild our entire body health. Okay, so yan din si at isa sa ating mga nagbigay na magandang testimonial. March 12, when he received his Ultima Stem Cell and berberine sa US pa, Seattle, Washington. Taken exactly after 4 weeks of taking NanoCell protocol, the both. Makikita niyo yung difference, di ba? Parang ibang-iba na eh. Bumata pa yung pasyente. So these are very impactful testimonials kasi nakikita natin. Hindi to yung, oy, naramdaman ko, ganun eh. You can always come up with something na, oy, kunyari credible, pero hindi mo naman nakita. Pero something like this, na ikaw na mismo makakapansin, oy, ang laki ng pinagbago, is very significant. Okay? So, now we are given the choice. What are we supposed to choose? Berberine alone, or a combination of berberine and Ultima Stem Plus, or the full reset kit, which would include, the nucleants and spirulina. Pero may package 1 tayo. Reset your metabolism naturally. Regulate, yes, berberine nga. So sugar, blood pressure, no? It will boost our energy and metabolism, support weight loss and gut health, no? Pure plant-based, no? And one bottle is already good for 90 days use. That is, if you only take once a day. Ako personally, ito personal, no? I don't subscribe to the minimum dose. Kasi minsan naiinip yung pasyente eh. Dok, ang tagal naman, parang wala akong nararamdaman, wala akong nakikita, wala akong napapansin. So, you can always go on mega dosing. Mas marami. You can take it 3 times a day. Ako nga, minsan, 4 to 6 capsules of berberine a day. 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening, or 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 2 in the evening. Di ba? You can. Wala namang overdosing yan eh. The point is, you want to make sure that the changes or the overall improvement would be felt and would be seen, no, in a shorter period of time. So, sabi nga natin, the berberine alone is perfect for pre-diabetics, hypertensives, no? That includes, of course, your tired and inflamed bodies, stressed out bodies. Okay, well, there's the price, 5,950 per bottle. I don't know if it's the same. No? Ako kasi na masyadong sa price, so I don't sell. Package 2, Total Reset Combo, berberine plus Ultima Stem Cell. Okay, so again, lahat ng benefits ng berberine plus ng stem cell. Sabi natin, Ultima Stem Plus activates stem cells, reverses cellular aging, boosts recovery, immunity, and energy. And the most important issue is that it addresses the 9 hallmarks of aging. So this is perfect for those with long-term blood issues. No? So either you are both hypertensive and diabetic, and then you seem to have what? You always feel low energy. Parang, Dok, bakit parang wala akong energy? No? Despite the fact that hindi ka naman napapagod, pero wala kang masyadong energy. And then, of course, the more important issue, aging concerns. No, a lot of people will come up with an excuse. Dok, kasi matanda na ako eh. You don't make that as an excuse. If that is so, kasi yung chronologic age, again, we go back to chronologic age and biological age. No? Huwag na natin na because we're running out of time. Or deep healing goals. Okay? So, ito yung package 3 na sinasabi ko. You start with detoxification through the use of new cleanse. You incorporate, aside from berberine and Ultima Stem Plus, yung spirulina. So, ano yung package na yan? The Ultimate Reset Bundle. 2 Ultima Stem Plus, 1 berberine, 1 Euclens reset, which is good for 21 days. Okay, 3 weeks. And 1 nanocell spirulina. So, lahat na yun. Target yung sugar, yung blood pressure. No? All of this works as a powerful or potent anti-inflammatory. It will address, no, and try to reverse the aging process. And of course, yung gut health na importante. Designed for consistent days of deep cellular regeneration. So this could be ideal for couples, families, or chronic health recovery, meaning matagal na, long term. So those ready for a full reset, not just symptom control, but also great for partners or sharing the transformation. Now, what you should be taking if you're a couple, dapat pareho kayo ng iniinom. Just like what we do. Me and my wife both take all these different supplements para makita namin, pareho kami makikinapa. Okay? So that ends up our talk. We'll now open our chat box for possible Q&A. Asan ba siya? Yes, Miss Ana.
Thank you so
much. Ito talaga, lagi ka nasa labas eh. Kaya...
Dito ako sa bahay.
bahay ba? Wow! Akala
Opo.
ko nasa labas ka eh.
No, nasa bahay po ako. Wala po ako normally nasa loob ng kotse, di ba?
Okay, oo nga eh, di ba? Baka
Nasa
mamaya,
coffee shop,
doon ka na sa kliniko host.
pag-Zoom.
Mag-Zoom
Ayan.
tayo. Okay. So,
So guys, and dear
yeah, I hope
partners,
everyone appreciates what we just mentioned. And this is not something new. Oh, we've been focusing on berberine, Ultima stem class, no, even spirulina. We're just emphasizing the importance of taking this. Especially, it's very timely kasi nga, paano na tayo? Papasok na tayo ng
correct.
Christmas, hindi na pala, pumasok na pala tayo because tayong country na pinakamaaga mag-celebrate ng Christmas season.
True,
No?
Doc.
September 1 pa lang, Christmas na tayo.
Exactly. So, kabilat
So,
kanan na po yung mga invitation natin, no, para sa mga events, Christmas
kaliwat
party.
kanan, di ba? Christmas
So,
party and
get
everything.
ready and prepare yourself this holiday season. And at
Yes,
the same time, syempre, guard your health. So, kanina, thank
exactly.
you, Doc, for a very informative and detailed explanation about berberine, no? Imagine niyo, take berberine anywhere you go. Kasi hindi niyo alam
Yes.
kung kailan kayo mapapasabak ng pagkain. At least, meron
Mm.
kayong defense mechanism para dyan sa mga pagkain iti-take natin. Kasi it will help us to regulate our blood sugar. At the same time, it will convert yung ating excess blood sugar into energy. So,
Yes.
napakaganda. So, Doc, meron na tayong questions ngayon galing kay
Maganda to.
Ramon
How can I
Novi.
encourage other doctors to choose Nucleus over other detox products in the market? Well,
This mga ano,
talagang mahirap, no? To be honest about it. It's quite difficult. No, so it's just a matter of, kasi,
kilala?
okay, yung convincing
Siyempre,
becomes
mga
effective
na ano,
when we are able to
barkada din.
explain, no, the benefits that we will get out of a particular product. So, hindi naman natin sinasabi na hindi effective kung ano man yung ibang detox procedure na ginagawa, no? Kasi ngayon, uso na talagang detox. Hydrocolonics, colon cleanse, no, IV chelation, these are all detox procedures. So, yung sa atin, one way perhaps of saying na is very convenient. Inumin mo lang eh, no? And then you just take it on a regular daily basis for about 2 or 3 weeks. Then, makikita nyo na yung changes. And for those who are not aware or who are not knowledgeable on what a detox is, internal cleansing lang sabihin natin. No? We need to be able to clean as much as we can yung ating mga toxins sa katawan. No, it's not enough that we have these elimination organs, the kidneys, the colon, the skin, no, but we need to initiate further, no, the elimination of so many toxins in the body. And that includes, no, yung tinatawag nating heavy metal toxins. No? I don't want to presume, but I would probably safely say a lot of our doctors are not so keen, are not so aware of what we call heavy metal toxins. So the moment you tell them something about that, then I would presume na yun pa lang mako-convince sila that they should start trying our nucleates. Now, of course, may kanya-kanyang bawat detox product. No? May kanya-kanya silang benefit. But at the end of the day, what is more important is to be able to provide a significant detoxification process. And of course, we carry the product. There's no question about that. One would always be the convenience. Inumin mo lang eh. No? You don't need to kasi mas mahal naman of course, if the patient would want to, they can have IV chelation. They can undergo colon cleanse or hydrocolonics. Medyo mas mahal yun. At saka, hindi naman pwedeng minsanan mo lang gagawin. Unlike kung you cleanse, no? You can buy a lot of these sachets and then you do it on a daily basis. Dali mo nang mas mura lalabas, mas conveniente pa. Because you can do it inside your homes. Diba? Kung mag-IV chelation, punta ka sa clinic, gagawin yun. No? Mag-hydrocolonics ka, kailangan yung merong aparato sa clinic na gagawa nun. Magpa-colon cleanse ka, meron ka pa rin pupuntahang clinic. So naturally, you will be spending much more. So kung gusto mo makatipid, o edi, i-try mo na lang yung ating new cleanse. I think that's the most logical thing to do. If you want to really convince these doctors to try it out. And sabihin nyo, until such time that you're able to try them out, you will never know what will happen. And the more simple it is, but effective naman, di ba? Okay yon. Rather than spending so much, no? At tapos babaya, hindi ka pa satisfied sa magiging effects sa'yo.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Thank you, Doc.
Okay din po ba ang stationary brisk walking? You mean yung parang ano tawag dito? Treadmill? Yeah, of course. No? If that is what you're saying, stationary brisk walking, yeah. Treadmill is a very, very good and effective physical activity. In fact, doon sa stress test na tinatawag, kaya nga treadmill test ang tawag doon eh. No, because nasa treadmill ka talaga. And it is done on a gradual pacing. Unti-unti, magdahan-dahan muna, then bumibilis, hanggang kakayanin ng katawan mo. Everything should be done gradually eh. Para bang pinaprime mo muna yung katawan mo. In this case, you're trying to prime not only your body, but more specifically, your heart. Kaya ba? Kasi that's the difference between an ECG, 12-lead ECG, and a treadmill or stress test. Yung ECG, resting stage yun eh. Nakahiga ka lang, ilalagay lang sa iyo yung mga leads. No? And sometimes, when the heart is not subjected to any form of physical activity, minsan walang lalabas. So, a negative ECG test doesn't mean anything. It only becomes significant when at its level na resting test siya, meron na kagad nakita sa puso mo. Definitely, something is wrong. Pero when the test says na, everything is okay, no, you don't stop there. You proceed to a treadmill or a stress test. Kasi the moment your heart is subjected to some form of physical stress or physical activity, pwede magkaroon ng changes. Doon mo makikita. In fact, in some cases, hindi pa rin yun sapat. You still undergo a 2D echo test, no? A more complete, detailed description of your heart. So, ang dami. But doing a stationary brisk walking is good. Very good. In fact, nung pandemic, that's what I do. Meron akong sa bahay. Meron kaming treadmill. And I do it every day. No? Kasi siyempre, you have all the time to do it. Malaking bagay yun. No? So, the moment your body is able to adapt to the good effects of this stationary brisk walking, then it will definitely help your heart, will definitely help your overall well-being. So, napakaganda nun. Napakaganda nun. Si Karine pala yung nagtanong eh. Hi! Kumusta Karine?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. That will,
Okay. Ayan, we have
Nadi-dissolve
another question
pa po
from Sir
ba ang
Malan.
plaque? Well, again, possibility of dissolving it, no? Meron kasing mga medicines that will try to dissolve it, no? There are. But the more important issue there is to mabawasan, no, yung lapot ng dugo. Because you don't want to further increase, no, the plaque formation. No, para bang short of saying, Doc, meron bang pang-scuba? Scuba ba tawag doon? Para bang tinatanggal mo yung ano, yung plaque. Hindi naman natin magagawa yon. So, the only thing that we can probably do is to what? Improve the the what do you call this? The viscosity, yung paglapot, no? Mabawasan, kaya nga sabi ko lagi, bawasan yung lapot ng dugo. That's the reason why a lot of patients are being given what? Yung mga tinatawag na blood thinners, no? Clopidogrel, Pladix, yung mga ganyan, is because the only problem, well, with all due respect to my colleagues in the profession, meron yung iba, magbibigay na stroke na yung pasyente. Tsaka po lang bibigyan. No? So, nangyari na yung ayaw mangyari, but then, ang siguro pinipresyon nila para total na buhay naman yung pasyente, baka naka-recover, hopefully naka-recover fully, wag nang maulit. Pero it might be too late. So, if we try to do it much, much earlier, we don't need probably to get through a blood thinner, yung mga Flavix and ano. Kasi eventually, pag gumanda na ng ano, kasi what is dangerous with trying to remove the plaque that has been formed in the lining of the blood vessels is that baka madala siya ng dugo. And bumara siya, magkaroon ng reaction with the blood that will lead to a blood clot formation. Pag nagkaroon ng blood clot formation at bumara sa puso, heart attack. Pag bumara sa utak, stroke. So you cannot simply dissolve it. The first thing that should be logically done, even if you're not a doctor, no, is to come out with something that will lessen the viscosity, yung mabawasan yung lapot ng dugo. And that itself will be a very, very... Kasi eventually, pag nabawasan na yung lapot ng dugo, gumanda na yung flow. The next thing that might happen is mabawasan unti-unti din yung plaque formation. Because you cannot just simply, kasi yun yung nagdi-disengage eh. Yun yung humihiwalay minsan. No? Of course, mahaba. When you say plaque formation, minsan, it occupies the entire length of the lining of the blood vessel or a significant length of the blood vessel. So, hindi mo naman yung pwedeng, minsan nangyayari, a small portion is taken off, no? Humihiwalay. And that small portion, no, will mix with blood, and that would possibly initiate a blood clot. And that blood clot will eventually, because of the continuous blood flow, might eventually get lodged, bumara, either in the brain, no, through the capillaries, no, stroke ang mga, depende sa tatamaan. And of course, kung sa puso naman, no, sa coronary arteries, might be what? Yung heart attack or myocardial infarction. So it's how it should be done, no? Bawasan yung lapot ng dugo. Best time to take berberine. Okay, sabi nga natin general rule, no? Not only our products, but general rule is that when you take a natural organic supplement, it is best to take it on an empty stomach. Why? Para mabilis yung effect. Now, if you are suffering from some form of hyperacidity, no, and anong tawag doon? Natatakot ka na baka it might irritate your bowel, then take it after. Wala namang problema eh. Bumabagal lang yung absorption when it is taken with meals. Kasi may kahalong pagkain eh. But just the same, eventually, you will benefit from the product, berberine. Could this replace the maintenance medicine? Definitely, pero hindi agad-agad. That is something that I always emphasize whenever I give talks to any organization. No? Yung hindi mo pwedeng, you're taking this antihypertensive, you're taking, for example, metformin. Istigil nyo na yan. You just take our medicine, no. Kasi there's the thing what we call rebound effect. Kaya nga, in the beginning, I always keep on emphasizing, it's very important, pinagko-combine natin. That's the essence and the principle of integrative medicine. Integrate to combine with the end in view that after a significant period of time, of course, that is something that we cannot predict kung kailan. The intention is to gradually reduce the intake of your maintenance medicines. Para nang sa ganun, hindi kayo mag-suffer from these dreaded side effects. More specifically, in a lot of cases, CKD, chronic kidney disease. So we're able to eliminate that. Hindi pwedeng biglaan. Kasi why? Pag binigla mo, magre-rebound effect yan. When I say rebound effect, for example, you're taking metformin or some other anti-diabetic medicine. You abruptly stop it. What happens? Biglang sushoot up yung blood sugar level mo. So ano mangyayari? Pupulaan pa yung produkto natin. Ay, kala ko ba ganito dapat epekto, bakit lalo lumala? Again, that's something you have to understand. On the other hand naman, you're taking, halimbawa, antihypertensive. Bigla mong tinigil. And then tumaas na naman yung blood pressure mo, biglang nag-shoot up. Inatake ka pa. Di, sisisihan pa yung product natin. Bakit ganun? You were saying na dapat siya tumulong. Kaya nga, the word helps is very important. We're not making it imperative na, ito, agad-agad mangyayari. No? It might be a slow process, but eventually, it will definitely provide a very effective way of trying to get out of the problem, the medical condition. Trying to improve the condition so much so that you may eventually stop taking your maintenance medicines. Okay po ba na i-take once a day? Yeah. Sabi nga natin, yung sa atin, yung short course na tinatawag, 3 weeks continuously. But even if you take it more than that, it will not harm you. Definitely. No? In fact, it will add up to your cleansing process. No? So, mapapansin nyo yan. Of course, we have to consider the so-called individual body reaction. So you might experience it much faster than others. But in the long run, everyone will definitely benefit from it. Okay? Okay po ba na i-take tuloy-tuloy po once a day? Yes, definitely you can. Diba, Karen paborito sa Karen ito mo, lagi siya nagtatansa. Okay, what else? Excuse me. Yes, Miss Ana.
Ayan, thank you so much, Doc Myra, for very informative and detailed explanation at salamat po sa pagsagot ng mga questions ng ating mga partners ngayong gabi. And I would like to acknowledge po, andi dito yung ating partner doctor din, si Doc CJ Sungkuan at ang ating mga leaders all over.
CJ.
Ayan. Maraming salamat sa inyong pag-join. Is there any more questions po? And I would like to request high five kay Doc Byron naman dyan. Type naman po sa inyong chat box And good news, Doc, meron po tayong promo sa Berberine.
Yun.
And
Yeah.
promo po siya 5 plus
Plus
1.
1. Oh, nabanggit nga sa akin ni Dem.
21 po yan
Oh,
at
yeah,
12
yeah.
noon. So, their partners, leaders, spread the good news and let them know that Berberine is 5 plus 1 until November 21 po. So,
Yeah.
take
Yes.
advantage of that.
Ang laking
Kasi
bagay noon, ha? Laking
sobra
discount.
po. Correct. Imagine mo, benta mo yung 5, inumin mo yung isa.
Di ba? Oh, di ba?
Take
Di,
it
kompleto na.
Correct. And ngayong holiday season is approaching. Sabi nga nila, stay healthy, stay strong, and enjoy the season without worry. So,
Moderate everything.
Yes. Take Berberine anywhere you go.
Yes.
And after naman natin kumain ng masasarap, we can detox using our Nuke Lens. Kaya
Yes.
kumakain tayo ng medyo mataas ang kolesterol at mamantika, mga fried foods, ganyan.
Also, don't forget to take your spirulina. It's a very good
Yan may Nuke Lens
digestive.
si Karen,
Oh, oh, yes. Diba? Good. No? You also include the spirulina. This is very good.
Really.
Very good digestive process. Yes.
Inuulit niya yung tiyan. Pag na-hyperacidity kayo, na sobrang kayo ng kain, take spirulina. I-alkaline niyo po yung tiyan. Yan.
Yes.
Yun yung ating flora. Got.
Yes.
So,
Right.
Doc, maraming salamat ulit. And
Sure.
see you
Thank
again.
you, and see you again.
And to our dear partners, continue to share our FB page, NanoCell Bloom. Continue to like our, at the same time, meron tayong messenger update, NanoCell Bloom. Share nyo rin po yan para po ma-update kayo sa ating mga promo and activities. And kung meron po kayong mga gustong gawin ng mga health and wellness caravan sa inyong community, let us know and we will be happy to visit you and serve you. At the same time, once again, to our dear leaders, maraming salamat. And once again, thank you in
Thank
behalf
you,
of the
everyone.
management. Thank you, Doc Byra. Thank you, Doc
Sure.
CJ. Ma'am Kat, andiyan si Ma'am Kat. Ayan, yung ating mga Team The One, Team Boss,